Kind of kicks up some dust.
Reminds me of my homeboy job.
Los Dallas. OC.
Lordy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 17 of Shootin The Shxt podcast.
17, man. 17.
It's so crazy though. Like just doing this. Like we're on episode 17 of this.
Yeah.
And to think that you and me like came up with like this just like one afternoon just hanging out.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I remember telling you, I was like, yo, Mero, I think it'd be so cool if we did a podcast.
Hell yeah.
And you sat there and you were like, fuck it, why don't we?
I've always wanted to do a podcast. I love podcasts. I've been listening to podcasts since like, I don't know, when did podcasts become a big deal? Because I started listening, let's see, I got my first like real like corporate job when I was 18, 19. And then I think when I was 19, I started listening to podcasts.
So when you were 19.
So the past like almost 10 years, I've been listening to podcasts, Joe Rogan, all them.
When you were 19, I was like, what, like 7? So second grade. I mean.
And I've tried a couple times with a couple different people, but either it just didn't work out or they weren't serious about it. They weren't consistent or whatever. And
yeah.
And the only thing about doing your own podcast is like either you got to do it yourself or you got to find people that want to come on. And as you know now, it's hard to find people that want to come onto a podcast. Not a lot of people want to share their opinions or have their face on the camera. So that's a struggle I found. You know what I mean?
Just has an excuse.
Yeah, because I tried to do my own sports podcast and shit like that. And trying to find somebody to come on and banter with is kind of hard. So when we started, talking about it, I was like, oh, shit, you would actually. Plus, I could see you were actually somebody that's down to like.
Yeah.
Do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which you're not scared to kind of, get on camera.
That was because I remember like I did like the school news senior year. You weren't there because you already graduated, old ass nigga. But I did the school news, and I swear, like I remember like being in like the little room and being on camera, and I had the teleprompter in front of me, and I'm reading the teleprompter or whatever, and that shit was like. I think like that was like one of like my first introductions to like doing that. I thought it was great, We had like some type of like talent show or whatever, for like the public speaking class, I guess, or whatever the fuck Doc taught. And I was like the MC host or whatever. And like it's not like I had like any practice or anything like that. I literally was in class with Doc the period before, and he was sitting there telling me, hey, yeah, y'all want to come with me set this up for like my next class. And I was like, and he was sitting there telling me how he's about to like host it or whatever. And I was just sitting there joking with him. I was like, yo, Doc, I'll do it. And he was like, for real? I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, cool. And like had me do it. And like I'm sitting there like on stage riffing, like making this all go up on top of my head. There's this one girl. I don't know if you know her. Her name was like Michaela Clark. I like, you don't know her. I made up like this like crazy ass like rap like off the top of my head. Like I sat there, it was like, fuck, next on the heart or some bullshit like that. And I said, the white girl who has my heart. We got Michaela Clark coming to the stage. And everyone was like, yo, like cheering. And I was like, oh, this shit's pretty cool. So
that was the introduction to being an internet success story.
Bro, it's always been fun, man. So but I was feeling kind of like self-conscious or whatever, doing it. But I remember when we were looking up all this stuff and this guy, I was watching his videos, and every single one in the beginning, it always just said, just hit record. That was his intro, just hit record. And I was like,
hit record
let's just hit record and go.
That's what we do.
Yeah, pretty much. Literally, I just got done dancing and sat down, hit start on both of these, and just started going. Like, one of the things is, so like recently, Kai Cenat just got done with Stream University, and he's already sitting here talking about he plans on doing another one. He already plans on doing like a Total Drama Island version of it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Which is going to be crazy. So
What's Total Drama Island?
You don't remember Total Drama Island?
No.
It was on Cartoon Network.
No.
Oh my.
That's a cartoon?
Yes, it was big. Like, it was on Cartoon Network. I'm pretty sure that was your age demographic too. Like, everybody knows about Total Drama Island. Maybe if I show you a picture, you'll probably know what it is.
Total Drama Island.
2007. So I was like 8 when this shit came out.
07. Oh yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I was y'all be talking about Disney Channel. I was never a Disney Channel guy or kid.
This with
that
him,
he looks familiar.
He was the host. Chris was the host.
But I don't remember
that. Chef's not.
I don't think I ever watched that.
Yo, you're
Camp
tripping.
Lazlo. I used to watch that.
Okay, cool.
Yo, speaking of
Camp Lazlo wasn't. This is like reality TV, but like cartoon. Like, and it was great. Like, it literally like had them on 2 separate teams, like going back and forth, eliminating people. Like, it was every single fucking reality TV show, but it was like made for kids. But I'm a grown ass adult now.
Yeah,
I would still turn this on and watch this shit to this day.
Yo, speaking of cartoons. Speaking of cartoons, man, rest in peace, bro.
What?
John Redcorn. King of the Hill.
Oh, I seen something about that. Which one was he?
The Indian guy. Oh, Native American guy. The Native American, John Redcorn, man, the voice actor. I forgot his name. I should probably pull his name up, but yeah, man, he passed away.
Oh, yeah. I definitely seen that when I was looking for topics
Jonathan
today.
Joss. That's his name.
Was he like a...
Damn, he was gay, too?
Yeah. I seen something about him being
He don't look gay.
What? How do you look gay?
He looks kind of like, like a
regular individual.
No, he just looks kind of...
It's Pride Month.
Scruffy.
You can't sit there and say that.
He just looks kind of scruffy. Looks like kind of like I just wouldn't expect that.
Hey,
but shout out to him, man.
Real quick. Yes, it's Pride Month as well. It's Pride Month, but it's also Men's Mental Health Month. So I want to do a check-in, Demons. How's your mental health?
That shit's gay.
It's Pride Month.
Exactly. Nah, it's good. Nah, but R.I.P. John Redcorn, man. For real. You didn't like King of the Hill?
I mean, sure, I didn't really watch it, but you
don't watch King of the Hill?
No. Whenever that came on.
Damn, you changed the channel?
Yes.
God damn it, Bobby.
I waited for Family Guy to come on right after
Family
that.
Guy.
Family Guy was where it was.
Yo, okay.
I'm so mad that you're ignoring my "Are you okay?"
We'll get back to that. Well, what's your top 5?
But that's important. I feel like that's
always
the most important
good, man.
But that's the most important.
I'm
thing.
always good.
How are you doing?
I'm
like
always
mentally,
good, bro.
You're okay.
I'm always good.
Okay.
How about you?
I was a little worried. I was like, man, like, do we need to stop the cameras? Me give you a hug?
No. So you're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Now that we got our...
I'll always be better, but I'm good.
Okay. Now we're done with our tampon session.
Okay. First of all, what you're not going to do is belittle men, because men have feelings, and it's okay to have feelings. You can talk about your feelings, and if you can't talk about it with me and your boys, who can you really talk to it about with?
God.
Because a woman will judge you.
God.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Christ.
But if you want to hear something back, besides with just actions.
I guess. You're right.
Now, you were saying top 5 something. Top 5 what?
Top 5 adult cartoons.
So I'm assuming you're not talking about anime. Because anime is not a cartoon. So I hope
yeah,
you're not trying to...
Just adult, like South Park, all that. Like
South Park, Family Guy.
Hold on. You got to give me a top 5, though.
Yeah, South Park, Family Guy.
Well, give it a little bit more like,
South.
Don't just rattle them off like South Park, Family Guy, but like, give me a legit...
Do I got to go in order?
You don't got to go in order, but kind of,
Let's see. I mean, I can't really think of that many off. Don't let me look up some adult cartoons. Hope no fucking porn comes. Okay. Okay.
Hentai.
Hentai.
Oh, remember
you did that in the antique mall?
The antique mall?
This man walking around. One of the workers overheard him say, "Yo, where's the hentai section at?" And I looked, and I'm like, "Bro, it's hentai." And then the worker looked at both of us like,
but I was looking
and like, and just walked away.
But I was looking for the anime section. I used the wrong word.
He literally didn't mean that at all. And
she looked at me nuts, bro.
My eyes were so wide. Like, I was like, oh, my God. This man said, yo, where's the hentai section? And I say hentai. And the lady looks, I thought it was a dude.
I forgot. But she kind of did look like a guy.
Either way. And then you go, I mean, yeah, bro, like, where's like the Naruto and stuff like that? Yeah. And I was like,
was Alex with us? I think I was trying to ask for Alex.
No, it was me, you, and Darian. And Margaret was there because we were there. But we were saying Alex usually goes there all the time because we called him.
Yeah, I think I was trying to find something for
him.
Hentai.
Hentai.
What is it again? Hentai.
Jeez Louise.
Octopus.
Do I have to go in order for this?
Nah, just a little rough,
Okay.
But make sure like your top 3 are legit, Like puts at least some minimal thought into it,
Okay. I mean,
all right, start at number 1 then. Like your top of the line adult.
like my favorite one?
Yeah, like your favorite of all time.
I want to see, this is going to be like a hot take, I guess.
Okay.
Because I'm black, and you're a part of the community. So I want to say Family Guy. And then, like, after that, I got, like, the Boondocks. Boondocks is up there for
third.
Me. I might got to go Big Mouth.
Okay. I've never seen that. That's on Netflix, right?
Yes. You know, see fucking Big Mouth?
Nah.
Big Mouth is great. I'm not going to lie. I literally just watched season 7 drop, and I, like, watched the whole thing. Let me not mess up my list, though. So we got Family Guy. We got the Boondocks. We got Big Mouth. We got South Park.
So that's your 4th?
South Park is my 4th.
All right.
And then I'll go just American Dad.
American Dad?
American Dad.
Oh my God, I hate American Dad.
Like I don't watch Bob's Burgers.
Yeah,
that
Bob's
shit's
Burgers
always
trash.
No, that shit's on my TV like
I never really fuck
every
with
weekend.
Bob's Burgers for real.
My girl watches that shit every single time. Can you turn on Bob's Burgers?
Yeah.
Watch Bob's Burgers. Like in my car, like the little thing I have up there, that like not the broken heart, but the thing that's from Bob's Burgers. So, and I don't know, cheap. Whatever. Yeah, I think that's my 5. I'll go for that because I didn't watch like a lot of these other ones. Like Human Resources, that was like a spinoff from the Big Mouth, wasn't that good. Rick and Morty, I never really got into it. I like seeing the clips and everything.
Rick and Morty's in my top 5, man.
Well, what's yours? Go with yours.
I'm going to go Boondocks number 1. I'm going to go South Park. I'm going to go
Are this in order or you just
Family
naming
Guy.
5?
Well, roughly in order.
Okay.
So I'm going to go, like I said, Boondocks.
Yeah.
South Park.
Yeah.
Family Guy.
Okay.
I'm probably missing one, but
are you just gonna leave off King of the Hill because you made it seem like it was such a big thing for you?
King of the Hill is up there,
but it's not your top 5.
I don't think it's top 5.
Okay.
I'll go. Teen Hunger Force.
I've never even heard of that. Is that where they're like the
fries
cup
and the cup, yo,
and the chick? I never.
I'm not like it's not like up there, but like that was a good show. I'll probably go. So what do I got? Boondocks, South Park,
yes,
Family Guy, Rick and Morty.
Okay,
is 4th. I fuck with Rick and Morty.
Okay,
and then 5th, I'm gonna have to go. I can't even think of another one.
Archer's one of them. Brickleberry. That was pretty cool. Samurai Jack.
Nah, Futurama. Futurama's 5th.
I never finished watching that. You know one thing that I feel like some people might judge us for that we didn't say?
What?
The PJs.
Who was that? Was that that wasn't Tracy Morgan, was it?
Let me see.
The PJ, that wasn't Tracy Morgan.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. What was the Tracy Morgan? Didn't Tracy Morgan have one?
I don't know.
Yo, Tracy Morgan had.
They said regular show. Regular show was not.
No, my God. No, I take that out. No, regular show is my favorite.
Regular show's not an adult.
Oh my God, bro. Okay, cartoons.
That's on Cartoon Network.
Oh my God, bro. Regular show is my shit though. That was my favorite show. See, that's the thing, right? Like, there was an era where, because regular show came out when I was like 16, so I was a little bit too old to watch cartoons like that. But I
Says
still,
who?
huh?
Says who?
I mean, for me, I wasn't sitting home watching cartoons and stuff like that. But regular show,
You're a bitch.
hey, at regular show, when that shit came out, that was pretty legit. Because I'm trying to remember, that was the era when you had that corny shit like granddad.
Oh, Uncle Grandpa.
Yeah. Chowder and shit like that.
You're not gonna disrespect Chowder.
Nah,
Chowder was it.
Nah,
Chowder
bro.
was it.
The only two shows I fought with in that era was Adventure Time and Rick and Morty. And I mean, not Rick and Morty. What's this shit? What did I just say? Regular show.
Yeah.
Regular show. But yeah, cartoons fell off now, man. I don't even know what the kids have now. What do the kids have now?
Where's the
new SpongeBob is ass. They need to cancel SpongeBob, bro.
I wanna play it, but I can't even freaking.
What?
I was gonna just record it up here.
What, Chowder?
This one little clip from it.
Oh. Well, we'll throw it up later.
All right, look. Yo, that shit was
Gumball?
funny.
The Adventures of Gumball?
I didn't watch that either.
I didn't really watch it either. I
clips.
just remember it being on TV. But bro, that whole era of was Samurai Jack on Toonami?
Yes.
Bro, Samurai Jack. I remember when they came back out with it. I want to say like 5 or 6 years ago or something like that. They came out with Samurai Jack again. Right?
I don't know.
Anyway, bro, Samurai Jack.
I stopped paying attention. I started thinking about
Johnny Bravo was my shit when I was a kid.
Yo, nah, there was this guy on Chowder. His name was Schnitzel, and all he would say is "rada rada." But this one time, he was telling a story, and you could tell it was sexual, even though all he was saying was "rada rada." He was like "rada rada 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 rada."
Yo, Billy and Mandy. Remember Fred Burger?
Okay, you said two different shows.
Billy and Mandy.
The Wild Adventures of Billy. Billy and Mandy. Yes. And then you said Fred Burger.
Yeah, he was on Billy and Mandy.
Oh, I have no clue. I just remember Billy Mandy.
I just remember he was
Reaper.
always like Fred Burger.
Fred Burger.
Yeah, remember him?
That sounds vaguely from.
Yeah.
I think I used to piss my mom off walking around the house singing that.
Yo. Yeah, man. The kids nowadays, they don't have shit, bro.
I mean, they just got like different stuff than us. Like. Fred Burger. No, I mean they got like different ones, like but you got to think about it. Like when we were kids and we were sitting there watching like our cartoons, I'm pretty sure our parents were sitting there like, "Oh, y'all got these trash ass cartoons. Like y'all not out here watching He-Man and all this, the Thundercats." My mom used to be on my ass about like, "You guys don't have good cartoons. You don't got the Thundercats."
Right.
The Thundercats, nigga, shut up. I'm watching Voltron right now.
Yeah.
The Voltron will fuck the Thundercats up. Hey, the Thundercats don't mean shit compared to them. Mm-hmm. Or I'm watching Dragon Ball Z. Yo, Goku would pluck the Thundercats in the forehead and they would die. Mm-hmm. I don't have to hear shit about those stupid ass Thundercats.
Yo, speaking of like nostalgic stuff, McDonald's is bringing the snack wrap.
Oh, the snack wrap back. Yeah, that was gonna be one of the things I was gonna bring up. But here's the thing: when I don't remember like the snack wrap from McDonald's like being like a big thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, I remember being. Listen,
I know Wendy's had it. So because I used to eat it from Wendy's. And what, tortilla is chicken, lettuce, cheese, and ranch?
I remember, bro. We used to go to the McDonald's up the street all the time, and I remember when the wraps first came out. It was a pretty big deal. I used to always get them. But see, I haven't had. That's the last time I had McDonald's was when the snack wrap was around. And
besides last week?
No, that's what I'm saying. I was going to bring up when we was at Johnny's, and you guys were in the drive-thru, and I was like, "Fuck it, That was the first time. And I shit you not, 10 years since I had McDonald's.
And what'd you say after you ate it?
I want to go back.
This man sat there.
Man
sat there, ate his food, and then like an hour later, and it's not like Demon's got a little bit of food, you know. He got enough, and then came back to me, looked at me, talk about, "Hey, bro, what we doing after this?" I said, "Probably gonna go back. You know, we're gonna take some pictures outside. You know what y'all see for the next BTS whenever that comes out." Took some pictures outside, and then, you know, I don't know, probably go back home. He said, "I think we need to go back to McDonald's. I might need to go get me another quarter pounder." I said, "Let me get a deluxe quarter pounder."
With cheese.
Oh, my God. And then y'all try to make me feel like shit because the homeless guy was trying to talk to me outside.
Oh, yeah.
And I just told him, hold up, and drove off. Like, I don't feel like that was a problem.
Hey, young man, hold up. Let me talk to you. All right, hold up, bro. Roll the window up, sped off.
I did not roll the window up. I left it down.
I look through the back window. He's just staring at us as we fucking drive off.
And you and Johnny were crying tears because, like, I told you about that one experience I had. Like, it was me, Darian, and this other little girl. I said other little girl. Well, this is a grown ass woman, you know. But we all went up there to DC for something in the water. And we were sitting there, and so I ordered my food. She ordered her. I got her food, and Darian's food. We got all our food, and bro's standing like at the thing where you order it. After we all order, he goes, "Go ahead and add 2 sausage biscuits onto that order." I sat there and looked at him, and was like, "Nigga, what?" Drove up to the next window. And they said, "You want them 2 sausage biscuits?" I said, "Fuck no 2 extra sausage biscuits."
You didn't buy the homeless dude 2 sausage biscuits.
I don't know.
You couldn't throw the $5 for it.
It's not even $5.
Cheap
It probably
bastard.
been like $4 or $3. Like, it has nothing to do with that. I don't like when you sit there. You think you just got the gall to just throw that shit onto my order. Like,
I guess I see that, but still,
like,
man,
that shit. It's just
he probably just didn't eat all day. He saw
it was
you
morning
like,
time
all night. Maybe he didn't eat last night.
Cool, I get that, but you know, like,
how old were you?
Ask.
How old
was I? Yeah, like 22, 20.
Cheap bastard, man.
When did I think I was 22. Yeah, I was 22 before I turned 23 because I'm 25 now. Yeah.
Man.
So, I mean, bro, at that point, bro, I had a job. You know, I was going to school. I was getting paid for going to school.
Yeah.
So, like, I think I was about to graduate. I don't know. Either way, I could have done it, but it's the fact that you just sat there and you were just like, yeah, go ahead and, you know, add them to, like, nigga, fuck you.
Damn.
Fuck you. Who the fuck do you think you are, guy? To where you think you can just throw your fucking order on like you in the car, like we all cool.
Yeah.
Nigga, I don't know you.
No, he's homeless, man.
Cool,
He was hungry, bro.
I get that. But then ask, "Hey, yo, bro, man, yo, you mind copying me a sausage biscuit?"
He don't got time for that. He's been asking all day.
Guess what? If he would have asked, that would have been the time. That nigga would have got 3 of them.
Yo, if I was homeless, I'd do the same shit.
Well, guess
what?
what?
Yo, man, hey, throw 2 burgers on there for me, bro.
And guess
what?
what?
Let me get a large tea, too.
Guess what? If I'd have been in the drive-thru, I went to that next window. Yeah, no, cancel that nigga order. Cancel that nigga order. I don't know him. He being weird.
Yo,
Y'all
take
might
that
want
shit
to
off.
call the police. He trespassing.
Yo, take those 2 burgers off, bro.
Not sweet tea. That's the thing. Even like I think at that point, that's when McDonald's had like $1 like drink or whatever. Like I would have got them like a large, Sprite. I mean, it probably would have made it worse. Sprite, from McDonald's. Whew.
Yeah, that's funny.
I probably would have got arrested for attempted murder. But
listen,
or coffee or something.
I know normally you hold the moral high ground on this show, but not to act like holier than thou. I don't play with homeless people. And what I mean by that is if I see somebody out there and they're not asking for money, I'll get them a little food. Like I won't give them money unless I have a few singles. I slide them, but I'm not giving them like a 20 or nothing like that. I'd rather give them food. I was over there at the McDonald's over there by ODU like a month or so ago, and there's homeless people in there. You know what I mean? Like
you where?
The McDonald's over there by ODU.
Oh,
so
I was talking about
so I was out there.
Yeah.
I was out there, and I was in there ordering food and shit. And there was this homeless guy that was like leaning on the thing. He was just trying to get a little drink. He had the water cup, and he's like, "Yo, young lady, can I get a refill?" Right? And she took the cup in the back and went about what she was doing. You know what I mean? Like ignoring him. And it was pretty packed in there. And like he kept like, "Yo, can you get me the water cup or a refill?" And she kept ignoring him. I don't know the backstory. I don't know if he's always in there. He's a pain in the ass. They've had to call the cops on him. I don't know what the backstory is, right? But I was about to say something. I'm like, yo, man, like get my man a refill. You know what I mean? He's already homeless. You know what I mean? He's already begging for a drink, right? He doesn't have money for food. He doesn't have money for a drink. Get that man a cup of water. That's the least you could do for a fellow human being out here in this cold world. You know what I mean? And if she was gonna keep ignoring her, I would have bought him a drink. You know what I mean? Yo, get my man a drink, bro. Here, just put it on my order and shit. I hate seeing people do people like that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, yo, just fucking get him a fucking Sprite. You know
I'm not saying, and I've done it before. Like I've done it. Cause I've been in like Miami, and there's like a lot of homeless people in Miami, and like I've gotten people food or whatever. Like in Miami, like there's like 3 of them or whatever, and I think I got like each of them like sausage biscuits and hash browns or whatever, just because I was just walking by. I was like, oh, yeah, whatever.
But cool. See, that's why nothing's gonna change in this world, man. As simple as what we're talking about, human decency, compassion. You know what I mean? But helping your fellow human being, your fellow man, your fellow woman. You know what I mean? I was at a pizza spot, and I was with so and so. This was years ago, and we're sitting down eating food. Yeah. And when we walked in, there was this homeless dude that was outside, and he was like, "Yo, you got a few bucks?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't carry cash on me." So I was like, "Nah, I don't got it." So we sat down, ordered food or whatever, and I see him out there. You know what I mean? And actually, I think he might have asked for food. This was a while ago, but anyways, the waitress, I kept seeing the dude out there. I'm like, "Yo, can you send a couple slices out to my man out there?" And she looked at me in like disgust, like, "How dare you?" Like as if like I'm in the wrong for buying this man some pizza. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, damn. And like she was like, "Do you want to bring it out to him?" Or I was, "Oh, can you just do it? I mean, I'm eating." And then she like kind of looked at me like I had 5 heads. You know what I mean? Like she didn't want to go out and give my man some pizza. That's wild, right?
She probably didn't want to do it. I mean,
like,
I don't
damn,
know.
Like, what's up? You can't hand my man some pizza?
It's not like it's not you gonna get the plague by handing someone pizza.
That's what I'm saying.
But so here's the thing. I got another story for you about that though, right? My man John that I work with, my man's that like all our stuff or whatever. Right. So I'm cool with him, right? And we were sitting there talking. I think it was either today or yesterday. We were sitting upstairs, working or whatever. And he's sitting there telling me how he was out and about. He seen this homeless dude, gave him $1 or whatever, right? Right. Homeless dude looked at him and said, "Damn, you ain't got 20?"
Yo, that's facts though, cause like he gave him how much, $1?
He just had a single on him.
The way
he was just like, "Yeah, here, I give you $1."
I ain't gonna lie to you, if I was homeless and somebody gave me $1, I'd be kind of tight, bro. Cause nowadays you can't do shit with $1. I mean, you can't even get a slice of pizza at 7-Eleven for $1. Them shit's like $2.79.
Which I was saying.
So don't even disrespect me like that. Keep the $1, bro. You gotta give me a 5 at least. You gotta give me a 5. Because what do you, realistically speaking, somebody gives you $1. what are you doing with that dollar? You can't do shit with $1 now.
Okay, now if a couple people give you $1,
right,
or you sitting here
so a couple people give you a single dollar,
hold on, but
you still can't get a slice of pizza from 7-Eleven.
Here's the thing: if a couple people give you $1, right?
Yeah.
But you sitting and keep turning your nose up, waiting on that one person to hand you $5.
Right.
Now your ass looks stupid as fuck because 10 people could have walked by trying to give you $1, but your ass sitting here like, no, I'm waiting for one motherfucker give me $5.
That's true. That's a good point.
So
that's a good point.
never. First of all, don't ever turn your nose up if someone trying to extend you an olive branch.
Yeah.
That's number one. Especially if you in a situation like that. Again, my man's is like, he cool, but he not like on that. Nigga, what the fuck you just say to me? So he was just like freezing up because it's like, yo, like I'm sitting here being nice or whatever. I had a loose dollar in my pocket. I see. Hey, yo, man, here,
So what if he brings some food out to a homeless dude? He's like, nah, bro, I don't want that shit, bro. I don't eat pork. Or whatever. Like, you brought him like a sausage, egg, and cheese. Like, I don't eat pork,
I'm going to be honest with you. I really think like that, like, because there's a couple things that kind of like turn me off to the idea of doing all that stuff, right? Like, unless I can tell, like, oh, this nigga is obviously homeless.
Yeah.
Like, my dad, just one time, my dad told me he was driving around out in Virginia Beach. Bro was sitting on the corner with a sign or whatever. And then my dad drove by or whatever, blase.
Right.
And like probably like, I think he was telling me like 30 minutes to an hour later, was driving back. Seen that same motherfucker walking back to his car in a BMW. And got in that BMW and drove off.
I wonder how much they make, right? Like, okay, let's see.
I mean, panhandling is illegal.
How much does the
average panhandler make?
Average panhandler. What would you say?
I don't know. I mean, I could probably see maybe like $30-$40 a day, but I feel like it also depends on where you at, right?
Yeah.
Like if you out in fucking like LA or whatever, and you got them fake ass like people who are out there. Here, look. Here's $100.
Right.
Do a dance for my TikTok. Like I hate seeing that shit.
Or like the plan I had for giving homeless people, STS shirts and giving them, $50 and just wearing that shit all day.
See,
with a QR code on the back.
There's two sides of that to me. Like there's one part of me that's like, like, oh, that's nice, like marketing or whatever. We're giving them clothes, giving them some money, cool, cool. But then there's another part of me that's like, I mean, we're not recording ourselves giving it for us and then trying to get like some money back in return.
They're getting fresh clothes. Okay.
A shirt.
We can give them a couple shirts now. Okay. And just so the brand is fresh every day. And $50 for their trouble.
I wanted to do a giveaway for this show, and you sat there and told me, fuck no, I don't want to do the giveaway. But you want to give out each homeless person $50, but you don't want to do my giveaway?
And 2 shirts. You know how much traffic passes a homeless person? Like right here, hold on.
Where the fuck are you gonna sit here? You mean to tell me you're gonna be driving, pull up your phone and scan a QR code?
At a red light?
Especially if the motherfucker's the motherfucker gonna be walking, he's not gonna be still.
There are some homeless people at the intersection at Town Center with the 7-Eleven. You know what I'm talking about? And the Taco Bell.
Yeah.
You know how busy that intersection is? If we get somebody out there with a t-shirt.
You know how many accidents be out there?
What does that mean?
You want to cause more by someone? Yo, man, they had a pod, man. I had to scan the shirt.
And so when
scan the QR code.
When somebody takes a picture of the accident, and in the background you see a homeless guy with Shootin The Shxt podcast, and that shit goes viral. Come on, bro.
What are you doing if Wavy News 10 is covering it? They're covering our fucking.
And they're interviewing the homeless guy?
No, not even. No, not that. What I'm saying is.
Yeah, I was right there, man. When it happened, all you see is STS.
I'm saying there's a they're interviewing this guy. They're interviewing and they're sitting there saying there was an accident. What happened? There was a QR code and I tried to scan the QR code, and now we're sitting there getting phone calls, sitting there saying, "Hey, do you want to comment as to why, like, for this tragic accident to where someone died?"
Hey, man.
Is there a reason why you guys wanted to sit there and do that? Have QR codes on people?
You got to die for the pod sometimes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
A couple lives got to be lost along the way. It's a sacrifice.
Okay. I'd prefer to do this.
All publicity is good
right
publicity.
That is not true.
That's a fact.
No, it's not.
That's a fact.
It's not.
That's a fact.
I am not trying to alienate myself at all.
How is that alienating you yourself?
I mean, if you say all publicity is good publicity, if you get that one like thing that pops off because you said something in a negative light, like your boy, your boy,
Portnoy,
like now that goes somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he's somebody that Trump, him, people like that, Andrew Tate, you know, they're big as hell, and they just like. But
I'm saying, they're already established. I'm saying
no,
trying to get to that point.
No, they weren't already established when they started wilding out.
Who?
Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate blew up for being arrogant and saying wild shit on the internet.
He was a kickboxing champion.
Well, I'm just talking about like people like that in that vein, like they blow up off or you know keep elevating by just saying wild shit. And I'm not saying that's what we should do.
Yeah, no. What your boy said about that girl in the size 6.
That's wild. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, he's famous. You know what I mean? Like, there's figures out there that are big off just saying wild shit or doing wild shit.
See, my watch trying to tell me it's bedtime.
At 9:30?
10:15.
Damn, it's 10:15 already?
Yes.
Damn.
About to be bedtime. Lordy. We've literally been riffing this whole time. I don't think we brought up one topic yet.
Oh no, I did see this one thing.
Go ahead. Cause I got something that's fucked up.
Nah, this one is actually kind of crazy. So Elon Musk, speaking of controversial figures, Neuralink, right, raised $650 million in latest funding round as clinical trials begin. So they have 5 people with paralysis and whatnot that they're going to be putting these chips in their heads and whatnot. And I guess that's just crazy that they're actually going to human trials. And if that's successful, who knows, in 5-10 years, it might hit the market and people might be down to get a chip implanted in their head so they can control their computers and electronic devices with their mind, essentially. So I guess I'll open the discussion to you. What do you feel about that? Would you get a Neuralink chip?
Yeah.
You would, for real? Or are you trolling?
No, I'm serious.
You would?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me more.
I mean, like, it's so the main reasons like behind it, right? As far as, you know, saying like having like better vision, you know, being able to walk and all that extra shit, you know, like, I'm not going to be using it for that. But like, you know, having like super intelligence and things like that,
right.
You know, like that would be cool.
Right.
You know, like I already consider myself, you know, somewhat intelligent person. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm smart as fuck, you know, but,
right.
You know, I'm not dumb.
Would you consider yourself smarter than me?
In certain aspects, yes. But I feel like we both have our strengths.
Okay, I'll take that.
So, like, there's certain things, you know, to where it's like I wouldn't even think of considering your opinion on it at all.
Damn.
But there's some things to where I'll sit on this fucking couch and watch you point out random shit on a fucking graph, and you sitting there, you know, so this is the candlelight and this is the mug, and we're gonna sit here and we're gonna have the y equals mx plus b on the equation. You know, I drew these lines out 4 years ago, man, and it's following the troughs. I'm like, nigga, but the line, it went pat that. See, that's the thing you're not understanding, right? It's following the concept of what I'm developing and making. I'm like, All right, bro. Okay.
But so you would get the link or the Neuralink chip?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, of course, you know, there's going to be more studies and everything like that to go on.
So at 35 years old, you would get it?
Oh, see, now it's different. 35.
I think I would get it if I'm like 70 and I'm like on my way out and shit. Like, and they can download my mind into a computer and I can live in a simulation. Mm-hmm. I think I would do that. But then, see, that's the catch-21, right?
You fucking with God.
Because that, and you don't know what's in the afterlife. It could be some other shit, and now you're missing out on that because you want to It's wild, man, when you think about that.
70 virgins, you know. You gonna miss out on your 70 virgins.
I've already had 70 virgins.
Ew. Yo, maybe we shouldn't even have this conversation, but I'm gonna be honest with you. We were having this conversation at work and like the whole like 70 virgins things.
Yeah.
I would not want to have 70 virgins.
Yeah, it's kind of lame, right?
Give me 70 sluts.
Yeah.
Give me 70 whores.
Yeah.
Give me Miss B Nasty, Tiana Trump, Aaliyah
Just
Hadid,
mop you up, huh?
Violet Myers.
Hell yeah.
Let me get fucking Lulu Chu. Let me just
Lulu Chu. I haven't heard that one.
Hey,
Let me write that down.
Bella Day. No, that's not
Lulu.
your type. That's not your type.
Okay,
That's not your type. That's not your type.
I'm still gonna look it up.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Let me give me Sophie. I don't want to say Sophie Rain's a whore. You know,
Sophie Raines.
40.
Bro, top 5 porn stars go. See, I really gotta think about that because I take that shit serious.
It depends on context. It depends on what am I in the mood for? What am I looking for?
Just in general, man. Just top 5, like all time, like.
Okay, top 5 that I like, or like my favorite ones, or like top 5 that I'd like.
Yeah,
that I'd watch. Like
top 5, like just.
Those are two different things. Two different things.
Okay, just all time, top 5.
Okay, I feel like I'm gonna be called such a lame for my list. Do I gotta go in order?
Nah, just top.
I was about to say because I don't know if I can put this in order. Plains Girl, that's one.
Plains Girl.
Yeah,
I've never heard of her. All right, go ahead.
That's one of my ones. Plains Girl.
Okay.
We're gonna go Violet Myers.
Okay.
That's one of them. Got to go with the classic Tiana Trump. Natasha Nice.
Okay.
That's one. Give me. Oh, I can see her face, but I can't think of her name. She's one of my favorites, though. Let's go, Miss B Nasty. Fuck it.
Miss B Nasty.
Miss B Nasty. Let's go, Miss B Nasty. Yeah, that's it. That's a pretty good list. Hold on, who did I say? Plains Girl.
Half of them I haven't even heard of.
Plains Girl. You haven't heard Plains Girl. You haven't heard of
Violet Myers. I've heard of
Violet Myers. Who did I say? Tiana Trump.
Okay, I heard it. Yeah, Tiana Trump.
Natasha Nice.
Right. I haven't heard of Natasha Nice.
Hey.
And then the 5th one was, what did you just say?
Miss B Nasty.
Okay, I've heard of Miss B Nasty. But 2 of them I haven't heard of.
Natasha Nice and Plains Girl. Plains Girl, that's one of them ones. Go ahead.
I'm going Scarlet Scandal.
Okay, never heard of her. Keep going.
Luna Star.
Never heard of her.
Oh.
Actually, I think you showed me her one time.
Luna Star is fire. Let me go Harley Dean.
Haven't heard of her.
Fire. Let me go let's see. Kira Perez.
Haven't heard of her.
Solid.
Keep going.
Kira Perez. You know, tonight when I'm in my room, I'm gonna be mad that I didn't add. That I didn't add a couple of this top 5.
This man gonna be
I'll be
sitting
like, damn,
here.
I should have said
I
it.
believe I forgot about her. I gotta go to my notes. I busted so many nuts to her. Yo, you want to know one?
Hold on, I gotta get my 5th though. I gotta get my 5th.
Go ahead, come on.
Oh my god.
I gotta get my 5th. Don't have the 5th ready. It's kind of a hard list though.
Fuck. Oh. Eva Lovia. Fire, bro.
Never heard of her either. Okay, so your whole top 5 I've never heard of. I have a runner up, right?
And 6 man off the bench. Go ahead.
I have a 6 man.
Okay. 6 woman.
6 woman.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
I like her. I can't bring myself because the name throws me off.
What?
Because it's my fucking sister's name.
Autumn Falls?
Autumn Falls.
Ooh.
I like Autumn Falls.
Fire.
Autumn Falls is one of them ones.
Bro.
But
So you about to make me pull the phone out.
I
you
just
about to make me.
I just, when I'm in that moment, I'm in the bed, or I'm in the bed sitting there. All right, time to get it on the pilot. Go to my phone and I type in Autumn. It's like my mind goes instantly to my fucking sister. I'm like, I can't even beat my dick right now.
Yo.
Ew.
6-man or 6-woman.
Okay.
Roxy Center, bro.
See, you got
Roxy Center, bro.
You like that? You know those one like guys that's like, I only listen to underground artists. Like you don't got no mainstream. Like you ain't got no like Riley Reid, a Bella Danger.
Bella Danger's played out. Who's the other one with the cherries on her ass?
I was gonna say Alexis Texas.
Lena Rhodes or Leah Rhodes, Lena Rhodes, Lana
Rhodes. Yeah,
bro, fire.
Leah the Plug, like fire. This Lena the Plug. There's so many like mainstream. Mia Khalifa.
Tiana Trump. No, shoot, bro. Mia Khalifa's like the most overrated porn star for sure. Hell yeah.
Nah,
I think she was the most overrated porn star, bro.
She was cool. I remember one time I was sitting there and then she sat there and said something about like something, and she said, I'm gonna get the Heisman like Jameis. And that shit like threw me off a little bit, right?
Who said that?
Mia Khalifa.
What does that mean? The Heisman like Jameis?
I'm gonna get the Heisman like Jameis.
What does that mean?
I guess he won the Heisman that year or whatever the fuck. And she was like, I'm gonna get the Heisman.
How was she? I don't get it though.
I guess she was doing a good job.
Oh, like okay.
Yeah. This nigga's so weird. Yeah, so she was, saying that, and I was like, one of the reasons why I like Miss B Nasty?
Why?
Because it's like a comedy show. Like, she be talking like cash shit. Yeah. And it just be fun. Like, she be like sitting there going,
hey, yo.
And then she be going like this with her toes.
Did she live in Hampton?
Yeah, I think so. I think she's I think she's like local. Yeah.
She's a local.
She wasn't always local.
Uh-huh.
But like, yeah,
she was in the military, right? Or some shit like that.
Yeah, okay. I think she moved here like within like the past couple months. I couldn't imagine. Just imagine like going to like
you go to check the mail and shit. You just see.
No, not even that. Imagine us going to Cousin Festival.
Yeah,
and fucking Miss B Nasty's just walking around.
That's wild, bro. What'd you do?
Yo,
you gonna go ask for a picture?
I'm giving my girlfriend a firm handshake, swift kick in the ass. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna say hello.
I'm there sipping on the Corona. I'm watching T-Pain and shit. You tap me on the shoulder and say, "Yo, look behind you." It's just Miss B Nasty right behind us.
Bro, I'm not. Why would I tap you?
I don't know,
motherfucker. You gonna be trying to sit there and talk to me? Yeah, man. It's such a good. Where the fuck? And then you're gonna see me sitting there. Hey, yo, look, man. I ain't finna lie to you, dog. If you ever running out of content partners, TJ the Stallion 999 is always available. If you want to subscribe to my OnlyFans,
TJ the Stallion is crazy.
TJ the Stallion 999, yeah, man. I'll be up there having Linux courses. I'll be teaching you how to hack and clap. Hacking and clapping.
That's wild. Nah, but the
you want to get into a website?
What?
You want to get into a website?
What do you mean?
You want to hack into a website?
Sure, let's do it.
Cool. $19.95. Go ahead and subscribe to my OnlyFans. It's going to be the third video. I'll show you how to do it through the Linux PowerShell. The Linux bash. You're going to open up a kernel, and you're going to be good.
That's funny.
I'm really just throwing out random terms at you. None of them stuff are true.
But yeah, the Neuralink shit, back to that. So you would get that shit?
Yeah.
At 35 years old?
No. Because, see, at 35, right? Like, I keep saying, I said at 25 I'm going to be married with kids. So at 35, hopefully everything works out. I may be, hopefully I'm fortunate enough and blessed enough, to have a child.
Well, you do work in IT cybersecurity, so that might help out. You can just work in your head. Nah,
I'll be honest with you. Bro, I can't even wear all fucking shoes. Like all of my shoes, there's certain shoes I can't wear to work.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wear my watch.
But they're gonna make an exception to that. You know what I mean?
Take the bitch out. No.
So they're gonna fire you because you have the Neuralink chip?
Bro, yes. I can't, because if any like secrets or anything like that, like if I were to think it and then it pops up and then that goes back to their servers, those aren't fucking.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, like bro, my shit would be cooked. You know what's crazy? I probably couldn't even get it even if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I might have a thought. It goes to it.
Me and Alex were having this crazy ass discussion on the balcony the other day, and imagine if it got to the point like, remember during the pandemic and they were trying to force vaccines on people. What if it got to the point like the Neuralink, right? Was like they were trying to enforce it, and they were banging on people's doors with like some like gun that like shoots the chip in your head, and then you zonk out for like 5 minutes, and then you wake back up, and then you just have it in your head, and you're just like super intelligent. You have all the capabilities or whatever, and it like just on some like, World War II, like Nazi Germany, like they're just going door to door, zapping people in the head. They have the chip now. Like, what if it's on some shit like that?
I couldn't imagine America purposely making everyone super intelligent and all that stuff. Reason being, they plan on trying to cut the Department of Education. So I'm already trying to make you niggas. I'm making you niggas stupid. Why am I gonna fucking go out, spend extra hella money to then make all y'all smart?
Well, one would say that the Neuralink all-knowing ability or whatever capability is just a guise to get in your head, and then whatever controls all the chips.
Yeah,
it's like a brainwashing kind of thing.
Bro, imagine you didn't pay your subscription for your Neuralink and then you end up shutting down.
Yo, it's $1,000 a month for your Neuralink.
Or like, just imagine if you were like paralyzed or some shit like that, and you didn't pay your subscription, no more? And they fucking turn that bitch off, and you're sitting there casually just walking. You're sitting there, or you're driving because it's for vision too. You're sitting there driving. Blind.
Damn, bro. Yo, that's a good.
Paul Walker, my life took a turn for the worse. That was wrong.
I didn't think about that. That's a good thought. Like now, once they got this shit in your head, it's like, all right, bet now you got to pay $500 a month, or you can't walk, or you can't see, or you just, you're just out of the loop.
I seen motherfuckers making
But how would that? Jokes. I don't think the Neuralink is for blind people. I don't think it's something to where you can.
They do have
now.
something like that. They
really?
adjust your optic nerves and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but yeah, man. Like, and then I guess what if they make it a necessity? You know what I mean? Like, yo, when you have a kid, we're putting that shit in every baby. You know what I mean? So now, all the babies are just all knowing. So now, like, humans don't even need to go to school and whatnot, and they're just all knowing beings we are.
Until like one day, school teaches you so much more than just standard education.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe you just interact with people and you learn like social cues, but then you can't even say that because the social cues will probably be in the Neuralink. Everything that you need to know to be a human and everything else, every aspect of human knowledge is in that chip.
Nah,
communication,
but then you got to think about
cues.
Your personality and everything like that, because your personality and everything is developed on your environment, your surroundings, everything that you've been through, and things like that.
That's a good point.
So, like, first of all, if they were to do that and every single person was at this, it wouldn't line up. Like there wouldn't be creativeness. People wouldn't have there wouldn't be art. There wouldn't be music. Like, there's so many that would be ass.
Well,
bro.
that's what me and Alex was actually talking about, and
just imagine every single woman being the same exact way.
But Alex had the same point that you had, right? Mm-hmm. And what I said was, well, if the evolution of humans, right? If you look at 40 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. We didn't have. I mean, we had computers, but we didn't have like this advanced Apple laptop, right?
40 years ago?
iPhones, FaceTime, all this, the TVs. Bricks. But over the course of the iPhone came out in 2007.
Yeah.
So in a matter of 10, 15 years, you have this much advancement. You got the idea.
Did you watch Young Rock?
Young Rock? No.
Yeah, this TV show with The Rock when he's talking about him and being younger and everything that he went through and all whatever. It's like him 20 years in the future. It's like a glass iPhone's see-through and all stuff. And typing on it.
So 20 years from now, what is this going to be? It might be something else that completely different.
Or
but the
something
concept
you can
of
attach to your ear.
exactly, but Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, back in the 70s, if you airdrop something to somebody or FaceTimed or connected to Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, they'd be like, yo, what is this fucking wizardry right here? This is like wild, right? But another 50 years from now, who knows what's going on, Yeah. But if you take that same advancement and you extrapolate it, and when we're 70 years old and our kids are 30, 40, what are they gonna have?
I don't know, because kids like kids nowadays are getting like more and more like adept to technology, right? I seen this video this other day. This grandma was like watching her granddaughter, right? And I guess the grandma told the granddaughter, she was like, the granddaughter asked, "Hey, can we go to Chuck E. Cheese today?" And the grandma was like, "No, Chuck E. Cheese is closed today." And then she was like, "Are you sure?" And the grandma was like, "Yeah." And then she goes, "Alexa, what time is Chuck E. Cheese closed today?" Chuck E. Cheese has actually been open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. If you want to, do you want directions to be sent to your phone to go to the closest Chuck E. Cheese? She said, "Grandma, see, it is open."
Yeah.
He's like, "Motherfucker."
I mean, the kid, like now, like tablet kids and all that.
Yeah.
Yo, they're on that shit now.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So when they get
good.
Yeah. But to your point, when you were saying how that's going to take away from human creativity and individuality, Alex had that same argument, and my response to that was, the evolution of humans, right? Like I was pointing out technology, right, and how that evolved, and we're probably going to get to the point where we're some sort of cyborg, right? Because now everybody can't leave without their iPhone or their phone, period. Now we have wearables. Look at your wrist. Apple Watch. You know what I mean?
Ultra.
Look,
2.
now it's always on you.
Ultra
You know what I
2.
mean? Ultra 2, whatever it is. It's always on you.
Big ball of shit.
So then the next iteration is
49 millimeter.
right? Somebody's gonna want that shit in them so they can.
I would do the glasses too. If they end up dropping glasses.
Yeah, I would too. That'd be hard. The augmented reality or whatever.
Yeah.
But it gets
Vision Pros look stupid.
It gets to the point where, if it depends on what you think, if you believe in aliens or who created us or whatever. But say we are an experiment. Say aliens, whether they're humans from the future or more advanced humans or some beings that came down and implemented their DNA into monkeys and they're watching us grow, and watching our the process of us evolve into them, right? And they're these super intelligent beings, right? And they gave us this technology back in the 80s, right? Because it kind of like came out of nowhere, right? Like out of nowhere, we had like radios and blah, blah, blah. And then it just kind of exponentially grew into what we have now. Now we have AI and everything else. So if we have these chips, right? And I said eventually they implement into the kids, right? And the evolution is final destination being this all-knowing being, right? Your point of creativity and individualism or individuality, whatever the word is, and like emotions, right? Something as simple as cooking, right? We like cooking because we food, eating food, the taste, it's an art.
I don't
like cooking either, but but like the idea of having to eat for energy. That shit, 100 years from now, that's like, to the beings that created us, hypothetically, if you want to believe in that, they might not even cook steak. They might just have like some shot that they take once a day, and they're just good for the day. Like, why do I gotta cook eggs and eat and fucking do this? Boom, shot right in the leg. I have all the potassium, whatever,
no. Fuck that.
whatever. Right, but I'm saying the Neuralink, right? It gets to the point where we're putting them in the babies, right? And then say 100 years after that, right, as a baby's being birthed, they look at it like, damn, bro, like this baby's already intelligent, and we don't even need the Neuralink. We don't need to put it in.
It's real funny.
So now they're just being born. That they're just gonna be born smart, and then that's that leap, right? And then it gets to the point where human beings, it wouldn't even be a human being at that point, whatever you want to call it. It's just purely just works on logic, right? And having that intellect, that all-knowing ability, and having these like decision making, right, is purely based on logic, not any sort of emotion or anything like that, like sex, right? You know, probably won't have sex. They'll probably have some sort of embryo system where they're artificially making kids. I mean, we see it now, right? With what's this shit, CRISPR, where they can go in and you can kind of select, oh, I want my kid to have this, that, and the third, like blue eyes, whatever, you know, whatever the case is. I want him to fucking not have Down syndrome or some shit. They can actually do that. They can make sure your kid comes out, you know, whatever. And
could you add that if you wanted to?
What?
Down syndrome?
Yeah, I guess.
Just add
yeah, I want a Down syndrome kid. And then just fucking have a Down syndrome kid. I guess so, yeah. But, you know, it's going to get to the point, man, where, you know, that's where I think everything is going. You know what I mean? And, you know, I mean, you see it now. Like, you know, the ones that are, you know, I guess at the top are these tech guys. You know what I mean? Back in the day, it used to be, you know, Brawlic, you know what I mean? Cavemen, Hunt to Survive and shit like that. Now it's the brainiacs, you know what I mean? AI and shit like that. You know what I mean? More and more you're getting away from needing physical strength and physical ability and more like brain power shit. You know what I mean? IT, AI, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I am that nigga. And like, I'm like a hot commodity, you know? And, you know, even though like I wouldn't say, you know, I'm like a piece of, I'm still, you know, but I'm still.
So you don't believe in aliens though? How do you think we got here?
Evolution. I mean, there's two parts of that, you know. I don't know. I'm not even
evolution. Like what? Like what they tell us with monkeys, and then we went through the Stone Age, and then shit like that.
I'm be honest with you. There's so many things to where like I'm open to so many different things to where it's like I'm not sure.
So do you think there's a possibility that we're a product of some ancient, you know, kind of alien civilization?
I can tell you one of my theories is like we actually are from Mars, and there was something like the water on Mars was drying up, so they could only afford to send a select group of individuals to Earth where they had water to populate, bring everything back, and make, you know, to continue on the human civilization.
Right.
So then they came here, and then we didn't really have shit, but, you know, still trying to figure everything out. And then because we didn't have those same resources and same tools as we did on Mars, now everything's coming back up, building back up and everything.
I mean, did you see the thing that they found on Mars? The square?
What square?
There's a square on, I mean, I could pull it up.
Say, I can draw a square, like, in dirt.
But I guess there can't be a square in nature, they say. Like a natural square. I guess that's the idea of what they're trying to say. Like, when I read into it, like, you know, scientists that like are smarter than I am, like there can't be a natural square in nature. Like in nature, there can't be a square. So look, that's what they found on Mars. And what they're saying is there can't be a square in nature. And they're saying that this is like a structure or something, and they just don't know what it is.
Who's to say one of the solar panels that they set out and then just fall off and just land there?
That's what, but they're just saying they don't know what it is. And there's not like a natural square in nature.
But when you say in nature, that's like nature from where we have on Earth. Like, you don't know what the fuck's happening on Mars.
See, and that's I'm glad you said that, because when I was listening to what I was listening to, I had the same thought. You know, just like when people say, oh, well, aliens can't do X, Y, and Z because whatever. And then my thought is, well, how are you going to say some beings from another galaxy or another whatever can do whatever you can't compare their shit to our shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they could just be on a whole nother level. You know what I mean?
Did you
whole
watch,
nother understanding.
Did you watch Jupiter Ascending or Jupiter Rising, some shit like that?
What's that?
It's a show. It's a movie on I forgot what the fuck it's on, but Mila Kunis plays this character called Jupiter, and Channing Tatum's in it. And he's like a half breed, like
it's like
wolf.
an alien movie.
He's not like, it's kind of like Aliens or whatever, but not like, like we are from peace or whatever the fuck type shit, but they're like old as hell. And then like in order to become young, they like bathe in like some water or some shit like that. And then they get young again. So like there's, I don't know. I would say I'm intelligent enough, but I'm also ignorant enough to where if someone, again, if you sit here and you come to me and like if I'm sitting here asking you X, Y, and Z, all these questions or whatever, and you have like exact answers for all this stuff, I'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
But, I'm also like, I can't sit here and say like, because I think I've said this on previous pods before, like there's been times to where, I was struggling like personally in my life or whatever, and I sat there and I didn't know what else to do. I sat there and I, had a conversation with God, Yeah. I mean, I sat there, just put it out there saying like, hey, like I'm struggling, with X, Y, and Z, having a hard time, dealing with this, or I'm having a hard time trying to get this job, or, having a hard time dealing with this stuff that I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And again, it's not like a, well, all you got to do is like, no, but, opportunities happen. Doors have opened, I've seen things, to where like it happened with like, I remember I was having issues with like girls in the past or whatever, that was a struggle for that, and I'm sitting here and I put everything that I wanted, put it out there. Yeah. And like 2 months later, I happened to be going to another Best Buy because my speakers on my car was fucked up, and they asked me to work a shift the next day. I come in the next day, the woman I'm with now was working there, and it was, I seen her, I was like, oh shit.
Right.
Woo, who is this? And it's been 2.5, almost 3 years later, right. I'm with her, so it's like, I don't know. I mean, there's so many things.
You about to cry right now?
No, I'm not about to cry. I am.
Your eyes are glazed a little bit.
It's these bright ass lights. I'm not about to cry. But what I am saying is though, like I'm open to where, there's a God, or, that there's aliens and some more stuff. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
That's why I don't take shit serious no more. Because I used to stress over school, work, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's like, it could be some aliens just watching us, and they're like, damn, bro, why he taking this shit so serious?
You know much, bro, like anxiety, bro. Like I swear, after I graduated from college, I swear it took like 2 or 3 months for me to like fully fuck, what's my Midas login? I gotta check my Midas stuff, I gotta check my my ODU portal to make sure I'm up to date on all my damn homework and all that shit. And I'm like, nigga, you graduated. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah. Like you don't gotta log in and check this shit no more. It took a while for me to like stop, stressing about homework. Speaking of ODU, out in Norfolk, right? Did you hear about what happened at the shipyard?
Oh, somebody died, right?
2 people died, right?
Uh-huh.
So OSHA came back and they said that what's the name of the company? Marine Hydraulics, right? Mm-hmm. They were in violation. So did you actually hear about what happened?
No.
So like day of, I remember the day that shit happened, right? I was at work and one of the guys that I work with, one of his homeboys was working there or whatever. And apparently what happened was there was 2 people. They were working in an elevator shaft, right? Or like, the elevator up and down or whatever, but then the bottom part of that.
Oh, no.
So they were down there, but they closed off the elevator because the ship that they were decommissioning the ship,
Right.
so they cut the elevator off.
Right.
So, but someone was like, fuck it. I plan on taking the elevator. Even though it was closed off, turned off, all that stuff, they still took the elevator down and crushed them.
Well, how'd they take the elevator down if it was turned off?
No, they put the paperwork and all that stuff saying it's supposed to be closed down and all that stuff.
Oh, but why didn't they just turn the elevator off?
I don't know. I mean, who's to say they didn't turn it back on? You know, there's paperwork. There was caution tape,
and they were at the bottom.
Yes, there's caution tape.
And somebody took it down to the first floor.
And crushed them.
Bro, that's got to be a wild way to go.
So guess what happened?
What?
So OSHA ended up finding them, saying that they were in violation. They ended up getting fined. The penalty that was issued was $16,550.
The fine for what? To who?
The OSHA violation.
To the company?
For the company, yeah. The company had to pay $16,000.
Oh, that's it?
Yes.
So what's your point?
My point is the fact that they put a human life,
right,
2 human lives,
right,
at $16,000.
What happened to the person that took the elevator down?
I'm not sure.
They got to go to they got to go to jail for that, right?
Yeah, they got to do something.
What?
Because bare minimum, shit, that's manslaughter.
Yeah, man. I mean,
2 shipyard workers lost their lives on the MHI Midtown Pier facility in Norfolk.
That's a way to go, bro. Being crushed like that.
They said it was a freak accident. John Robinson, a 55 years old of Norfolk, who was one of the 2 shipyard workers who died. The other identity of the worker was not made public,
bro.
So yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. Rest in peace, bro. That's a wild way to go,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, man. Thoughts and prayers for sure, man. That's.
But
crazy.
how come they couldn't get out?
What do you mean?
Like, how come they couldn't get out of the bottom?
That shit's there's a lot of
they can't see that shit coming from above and climb out.
Even if you can, you probably can't climb out in time.
Nah, fuck that. If I'm at the bottom, I'm like, this is just me. If I'm at the bottom, okay, and I know, okay, there's a possibility.
There was, but that's the thing. It shouldn't have been
a
possibility.
No, I understand what you're saying, right? That everybody should have abided by rules.
Like that's a known thing.
Right, that's a fact, right? Cool, I agree with that. Me, knowing that there are dumbasses out there and any slight possibility of, oh shit, there's an elevator coming down, I'm getting crushed.
But think about this. Think about being 55 years old. You've been doing this shit for the better end of 30, right. Damn near 40 years. Right. You've been sitting here doing that. You've been decommissioning ships.
Yeah.
And this is just a regular thing.
Right.
Like this never happens.
I mean, I'm not blaming him, right? I'm just saying what I would do.
And at 55 years old, he probably doesn't have the strength or whatever to jump up. And like I said, it's not like it's like, only you had to do was just step and get out.
Listen, Trinell, no. All I'm saying is if I'm from day one.
Nigga, you 5'6". You're not going to be able to have the ups to jump up and get out of it.
5'8". What I'm saying is, right, at my age, right, from day one, if I'm working on elevators.
Who says you 5'8"?
My license.
You lied.
No. But anyways.
5'5".
The DMV, the state of Virginia.
You write that down yourself.
No. But so I would make sure there's a freaking ladder that goes up to and make sure the doors are open and all that. That's just me, you know? So, but yeah, that's a wild story. It's a crazy way to go. That's a wild story, man.
Yeah, man, that shit was sick, bro. I can't believe that happened, bro. It's a sad thing. Let me pull this up real quick because I took screenshots of it instead of putting it in my notes. Halle Bailey out here is wilding. So sensitive content, alleged threatening text messages between Halle and DDG where she confronts him about cheating, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to read you off the text, right? She says, and these are what she's saying, "This is proof. You leave me hanging as a mother. You won't step up when I need you to. I'm begging you. I just found out you slept with Lala in Mexico. I'm going to kill myself tonight. My son will not be around for it. I hate you forever. You can have him and let her be his mom. And he said, I can't believe you acting like this. And she said, you put your penis inside of her in Mexico. Answer the fucking phone. Answer the fucking phone. I'm going to try one more time. If you don't answer, it's over forever. I'm not playing, Daryl. That's it. And he said, I just want to be left alone, please. She said, I'm calling for help. I have a knife. I'm calling for help. But why don't care, do you?
Yo,
this motherfucker can't type. What the fuck?
I haven't even been following all this. Like this whole situation. All right, go ahead.
And then she said, okay. And he said, have a knife for what? And I thought we do what I want to do today since it's Mother's Day. But if you really want to go, you can. I'll go home and pack. Hello. And he says, if you don't come back here, I'm calling the police. I don't want you to do something stupid. I'm going to give it 5 minutes. You have a son. I know you took my gun. That gun has no safety. And then
you're not about to read all these messages.
That's the last.
Damn, man.
She said, you ruined me and all my happiness. You hung up when I'm begging for help. You're the only help I used to have, and you're only focused on being famous and having money when you don't even see what's in front of you. How could you go to Mexico and be with someone else? How could you openly talk shit about me to all your family and all the women you want to sleep with? You want to fucking ruin me.
Okay.
Yo, I want you to read some, like, first of all, a lot of this stuff, like, I had to, like, interpret what the fuck she meant.
Yeah, listen.
Some of this shit was difficult.
I haven't been following any of this. Because to me, I don't even, DDG is like, in Holly Berry, like, they're just like, just not my era, I guess, or our era. So like, it's kind of like, I don't really give a fuck.
How are they not our era?
I don't know. Like, they're just not like celebrities that I kind of like, oh, okay, cool. You know, they're just like, who the hell are these two? In my world, at least. So I haven't really been following it. But based off these messages that you're saying of, oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Once a woman starts going like, you know, that route, it's like, all right, bro, like, what are we doing here? So everything, I'm on his side. After I start hearing that from a female, it's like, all right, bro, you don't know how to control your emotions. You know what I mean? Cool. If he cheated on you, right? Cool. But once you start talking about killing yourself, and once you start doing all this other shit, bro, how about have the mature? How old are these people? Are they our age?
Yeah.
No.
Like, yes.
Really?
Yes. DDG.
Listen,
I think DDG is like your age or a little bit older.
Once you start talking about killing yourself and threatening to kill yourself, and
DDG is 27.
Yo, get off my line with none of that.
And he was a valedictorian.
Yeah, once you start talking about killing yourself and threatening your life, and get off my line with that. Why are you? What are we doing? How old is she?
Literally our age, 27 and 25.
That's wild, bro. If I'm messing with a female and she starts going that route, bro, leave me alone. Like, what are we talking about? If we got a kid and shit, okay, bro. Like,
yeah, you have a kid, and at the end of the day, it's just like the mother of your kid.
Well, I'm bringing that to my lawyer. Look, she's wilding out. Yeah. And listen, maybe he did cheat. I don't know the whole scope of the story. I haven't been following it.
Regardless if he cheated or not.
If he cheated, who cares? Not who cares, right? But like,
here's the thing,
bro.
So she's trying to get custody because they have a kid together.
Right.
So now she's trying to remove custody from him. So now he's trying to get custody back, trying to sit there and say like, hey, like, she's a danger to this child. Like, this is how she's been acting. Maybe these are text messages that she sent me of how she's been acting and doing all this.
So is she in love with this man, but he's just like cheating and doing grimy shit, and then she's doing all this out of spite? Is that the synopsis?
Who knows?
Is that what's really?
I mean, again, who knows? Like, who really knows? No one really knows for sure.
And that's why I stay out of celebrity shit. Like, even like the Shannon Sharp and all the shit that
content creators, we gotta be in the shit.
I don't care about that. But like,
you don't care. We're content creators. You can't sit here and say like, oh, like that's not shit. We gotta. That's part of the game.
I don't care about DDG and Holly Berry or Holly. What's her name?
Holly Bailey.
Haley Bailey.
Whatever.
Haley Bailey. You don't even know her name.
Little Mermaid. She was Little Mermaid.
You don't
and
even know her name.
I watched her in Grownish.
Anyways, I have no idea.
I know her last name's Bailey because Chloe Bailey and Halle
I
Bailey.
will say that you gotta have what's that?
The door's open. It's someone with some cheap ass brakes.
You
might be someone stealing the Jetta.
Man, shit. my brakes are starting to sound like that though.
I know.
Nah, but yeah, man. Once you know women start talking about killing themselves. I remember when I was like 12 or something like that. There was this one girl that like we liked each other or whatever, and we were at the skating rink and shit like that. And I remember, I forgot what happened. Maybe I broke up with her, or I didn't want to hang out with her, or something. And she sent me a picture of her foot, the back of her foot, like her heel or whatever. And there was a cut. And she was like, "Yo, like, how dare you? Whatever. Like, I'm hurt. I'm cutting myself because of whatever." And I'm sitting there like 12 years old, freaking out, like, "Holy shit, she's gonna kill herself." And just like, yo, is she really about to like off herself because of like whatever I had going on? And I freaked out, and I didn't know what to tell. Like, should I tell my mom? Like, what's going on here?
So just let's paint this real quick, right?
Yeah.
Just imagine, like, you're in that moment and you go, "Hold on, let me." This is what's gonna piss him off.
And she was a couple years older though. I know that doesn't mean anything, but at least she had a little bit more sense than I did. I would hope, or I thought.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
She was probably like, if I was 12, no, I probably wasn't 12. How old was I? If I was 12, she was probably like 13, 14.
That's not a couple of years. That is still dumbass kid behavior. Kids is fucking stupid.
7th grade. How old are you in 7th grade?
12.
Yeah, so yeah, she was like a year older. Yeah, so if I'm in 7th grade, she was like in 8th grade. Yeah.
Fucking stupid. First of all, what the fuck are you doing cutting your foot? If you would have sent me that if I would have got sent that picture, I'd have been like, "Damn, dog, you like scratched your foot on the table or something?"
But like as a kid, it's almost acceptable because there was a lot of kids that did that dumb shit. But as a grown ass woman,
no. So like I've known kids like that have like cut like their legs or whatever. Cause like I've
you cut yourself,
nigga. No, I've fucked with emo bitches before.
Yeah, yo, they used to have the I remember this one dude had the comb, and he would have a comb going across his arm, and I'd be in class like, "The fuck is wrong with you, bro?" He would have to. I'm like, yo, I was about to hand him a pair of scissors, like, "Yo, stop fronting and shit. Just go for it."
Now, if that motherfucker would have went vertical, yeah, I should have been tripping.
Yo, stop bullshitting, bro. Here, prove it. You gotta prove it to me, dog.
Yeah,
you gotta prove it, bro.
So, and that's the thing. Like I've fucked with like emo bitches before, and like they are like sit there and try to like I've seen them like on like their arms or whatever,
right,
and all that stuff, and like they'll try to like stand or whatever like this, so like people can't see it or whatever,
right.
And like, you know, when you fucking with someone, you like look at their whole body and you see it and you're kind of just like, damn.
What would you do if you saw your kid was doing some wild shit like that? What would you do?
Try to get him all the necessary help that is needed.
So you wouldn't just smack the hell out of him?
Nah.
And be like, "Yo, man, sit down. Let me talk to you." What the hell? I put a roof over your head. You know what I mean? I send you off to school with, nice clothes and shit like that.
What is that?
You know what I mean? Me and your mom, we don't beat the hell out of you. You know what I mean? We treat you very nice. We provide a good, loving home for you. What the hell do you have to fucking cut yourself?
I'm going to be honest with you.
What?
I hope you don't become a parent.
Damn. Why?
With that attitude and that mindset?
I am potting right now.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. I would be like, "Yo, what the fuck, man?"
No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Like if you called me and told me my kid ran away, and I'd be like, "Damn, bro, what happened?" And you said, "This stupid motherfucker tried to cut themselves," so I sat there and called him a stupid motherfucker. And I sat there and was telling him all the stuff that I'm doing for him, and then the bitches want to run away. What the fuck? I'd be like, why did you
That's
tell
how I
him
sound on a daily basis?
No.
Okay, I was about to say.
But I'm saying what you're just saying right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, why would you say that? Like, if you catch your child because they're in a moment of need, that's not what they need to hear. They don't need to hear you sitting over here sitting and talking about, I put a roof over your head, food in your stomach. Okay, congratulations. But obviously none of that shit is what the fuck the problem is.
I think, and this is, listen, let me preface this by saying I am a 27-year-old single male, borderline degenerate individual. I don't have any kids. I don't have any parenting experience, right? All I know is I was raised right, and I know how I was raised, and I turned out pretty good, right? So all I'm gonna say, right? All I'm gonna say is, right? Yo, man, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Some bullshit.
No, I was gonna say
some bullshit.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, sometimes these kids, they just need a little straightening. You know what I mean? They just need a little, they're coddled.
I'm not gonna lie.
Some of these kids are coddled, bro. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like what? Like let's sit down. Why are you acting like this? Like, let's have an honest conversation. Why are you doing this?
See, right now, I feel attacked, and I'm not cutting myself, and I'm not your child.
We're not even talking about cutting themselves, but anything. Like, if they're wilding out behavior, whatever at school,
are they causing self-harm?
I just said it doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking about two different things. It depends on which topic and how you approach it. If we're talking about self-harm and you're talking to them like that, fuck no. But if they're fucking up in school, yes. Grab that motherfucker up by their collar, throw him against the wall. Motherfucker, have you lost your goddamn stupid ass mind, nigga? I will fuck you up right now, nigga. What the fuck? Yes.
The same thing with if they doing that.
No.
What is wrong with you?
There's two different.
What's going on?
Okay, now think about it, right? You do that.
Right.
You do that. They sit there and they tell you, you know what, Dad, you're right. The next morning you wake up and now they asses, they out of here. They not here anymore. You gonna feel like a real piece of shit because instead of
that is true.
Instead of humanizing them,
you're right,
and having an actual conversation and talking down to them, and you're sitting there telling them whatever problems you have, they're not that fucking bad. Now, that's horrible.
Let me ask you something. Okay, take kids and all that. What the hell problems does a kid have?
You don't know.
I do know. I was a kid.
What does that mean?
What problems does a kid have? Bro. Okay, when you were a kid, what problems did you realistically have? Granted, I got literally told, hey, hang yourself. Not from this light. Well, hang yourself from that light. Wait, no, this one's closer. Who told you this?
I mean, I don't want to say his name.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't. But what I'm saying is, he used to talk shit to everybody.
Yeah.
If you took what that individual said, and you
look at you being so much better,
and you internalized that.
I did. I internalized a lot.
But see, that's what I'm saying, right?
That was one of my friends, though.
But that's what I'm saying, right? He was your friend too.
Yeah.
And you still felt the way.
Yeah.
See, the kids nowadays, right? They didn't grow up in the Xbox era. When you was on Xbox Live and they was talking to you wild, bro. I can't even think of some sick shit off the top of my head that I used to hear. You would hear the sickest shit online, playing online.
Fucking mom shoot your dad and bust on your pillow.
All that. But like now, if your parents touch you, you know what I mean, or whatever.
Whoa.
No, that's what I mean.
Hold on, no. Explain that further.
Yeah, like if your parents touch you, like molest you, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, so that's what you really didn't mean that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what you got going on? Yeah, I can see like, you got some shit going on.
Okay.
But I'm talking about like if you're just like, because I knew a couple people that were like that with, shit.
Yeah.
And they came from pretty solid homes. Like, they have nothing going on.
But again, that's the thing. You don't know what happens when those doors
ain't
close.
Nothing happening, bro.
You don't know that.
Ain't nothing happening.
Just because nothing like that happened in your home.
All I know is
you don't know what happens. You don't know the pressure that they have that they get from their family and everything like that.
Listen, when I have a kid, I know the household I'm going to have. So if my kid is like that, bro, you have no reason to be like that. I'm
telling you right now. And if you approach your kid like that, and I sit there, and I'm sitting there, hey, yo, hold on. Let me, I got to ask you something real quick. And I pull you aside and have a conversation with you, like, bro, you're wilding.
And I'm going to say, that kid needs to
stop.
Don't
do that.
Fucking bitch.
Okay, that doesn't matter, but that's not how you don't do that. I just want you to be aware that if I see you doing something like that, I respect the fact that you a grown ass man. You can raise your kids how you want to, but at the end of the day, if I see you do that, I'm going to call you out, and because I'm going to tell you wrong for that.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna do it in front of your kid, but I'm gonna tell you wrong.
I'm gonna say, yo, what's up? You gonna tell me how to raise my kids, bro? Get out of my house, bro.
Okay,
get out of my house, bro.
That's fine.
Don't tell me how to raise my kids.
Cool. And guess what? When and if your ass, like I said, you wake up the next morning and your kid is
don't wish death on my unborn child, bro.
It's not wishing death, but I'm sitting here telling you, hey, there's certain ways how you can and you can't act. Because how many times have you been around individuals that have been in that mindset?
What mindset?
Like that, hey, I seriously don't want to be here no more.
I'm
like
be honest with you.
You gotta handle
shit.
As a kid,
some real shit. I heard that a couple times, and I was just like, bro, I stopped kicking it with them.
See, I think you can't stop kicking it with your kid.
No, but I'm saying, like, you just asked me when I was a kid, how many people have I known? It's like, as a kid, I was just like, bro, I don't even know what you're talking about right now. Like, that's some wild shit. And like I said, with the girl, with the thing.
Yeah.
Bro, get that away from me, bro. Like, I'm a kid. I don't need to be surrounded with that. That's wild shit. You know what I mean? You about to kill yourself, bro? That's wild.
I feel like you lack empathy.
Maybe, but damn, bro. Like, you're a kid,
you're
bro.
very much lacking empathy. But again,
if you came to me,
okay,
and you said, did you?
What?
Did you, with the blankets, you try to kill yourself with the blankets?
Yes. There was one time I tried to unalive myself because I burnt my sister and I thought that I would overheat myself by covering myself with like 6 blankets in the closet. And then my mom walked in and I had the closet door open, which is dumb, but I had the closet door open. My mom walked in my bedroom and sat there and said, "Boy, what the fuck you doing?" And I sat there and said, I'm trying to unalive myself. I heard Kaylin. And she sat there and said, "Boy, you get the fuck out of the closet." Okay. And I got out of the closet and went to bed that night.
Nah, but I mean, on a serious note, I was just...
I was dead ass, though. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, in my mind, I really thought that was... I was like, yo, this is it. I'm it. I'm 8 years old, but I'm done with this world. This is it. I really thought that I was about to die that night, and I was accepting it.
Yeah, you know, I joke
like a bitch.
I joke around a lot. I have a dark sense of humor, but on a serious note, nah. If my kid was, you know,
yeah, let's be real.
No, yeah, we make sure everything's straight and all that for real.
Yeah, I would get him the necessary help. I'd try to check him into a hospital. Yeah, get him with the correct,
personnel,
mental health, individual and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think I might cry. I ain't gonna lie to you.
If your kid had said they were gonna kill themselves,
or if I like caught that or something like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, wild, bro.
I'd be. I'd be a bitch. I'd be in this.
Well, you got anything else?
Let me open up my notes.
I got one more thing on my end.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I guess I'll just what do you call it? The Knicks, man. Was a solid season. Best season.
But it's over. I was right. Y'all lost game 6.
Best season since I've been alive. I was like 2 years old last time they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, she was 25 years ago. Yeah.
So, we lost, and
you were about to cry at Johnny House.
I was tight, man.
He was pissed off.
But now they're saying what's the next move here? They fired Thibodeau, which I kind of agree with. I think the bench depth is an issue. He only plays like 7 or 8 players. We need more depth. We can't run the same 5 guys, 82 games, and then the playoffs and everything else. Mm-hmm. So, getting rid of him.
I mean, it worked well enough to get y'all to the fucking Eastern Conference
that's
Finals.
What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Thibodeau, we got him in 2020. He revamped the Knicks. You know what I mean? We're a contender now. Mm-hmm. He really rebuilt the team. And, like I said, to win a championship, you really need that depth. You know what I mean? When your ninth and 10th guy are like ass, you can't really, you know, now you're relying on your starting 5 and 2 or 3 other guys. You can't really do that. So, you know, he's out of here. Hopefully we get somebody decent in. I know they're saying Jay Wright or who they say? Mike Malone. I don't really want Mike Malone. I'll take Jay Wright, you know, complete the Villanova ties and whatnot. Get him in. And then trading Karl Anthony Towns. That's been the hot topic. I want to run it back with Cat. I like Cat. You know what I mean? People were goofing on Cat to start the season. Oh, he's soft, whatever. Proved everybody wrong. He was big time in the playoffs.
I don't know if he proved everybody wrong.
Now, I would trade him, but they're saying for KD. I would not trade him for KD. I do not want KD. KD had the chance to be a Knick years ago, right, with Kyrie.
Old.
Yeah, he's old too. He chose the Nets. He didn't now. Don't come now. You know, don't come to the Knicks now. We don't want you. You're old. He's liable to get hurt. He already has an Achilles injury. Is KD? Sure, right? One of the greatest. But I don't want him.
KD's just old. He's about to retire.
If we're trading Cat,
I didn't know he was still playing.
If we're trading Cat, bro, give me Giannis. That's another individual, another player that's linked to the Knicks. Give me Giannis, right? I'll give up Cat, Mitchell Robinson,
OG.
No. OG, Brunson, Bridges maybe.
You would give him up?
Maybe. It depends. But we can't trade too much. It's got to be Cat and either Bridges or Hart and like Robinson and some picks. But you can't touch OG. You can't touch Jalen Brunson. You can't touch what did I say?
I said Bridges. You said maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, we can't kill the. We got to keep the nucleus. You know what I mean? Cat can go though. If it's like a swap, Giannis, Cat, some picks, and maybe Bridges or Hart, let him go. You know what I mean? I'll take Giannis. But anybody else? Nah. Let's just run it back. Let's get a new coach. Let's add some depth. You know what I mean? Some more shooting. You know, and we're good to go. We'll be right back next year. So hopefully next year we'll make it to the finals. But
we'll see.
What do you have?
Say your girl caught you cheating and then text you and she says she at your house cutting up all your shit. What's your next move?
Is this ice?
Yeah. Yeah.
So hold on. So she caught me cheating. How did she catch me cheating?
You was eating box.
I know, but I'm saying like she caught me how? She walked in.
Yeah.
She saw a text message. What?
Nah. Let's say she walked in. You was eating her friend box, and you was at her friend house, and she walked over just to hang out with her friend. She walked in on you in sniper position, feet up, sniper position, eating box, and yeah, and then you fucking, she leave, you sitting there like, fuck.
Hold on, but you're at whose house?
The girl house.
Okay.
And if she drive to your house,
she has a key to my place?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she texts you.
Okay.
I'm back at your house cutting up all your shit.
Well, like clothes, shoes.
She cutting up all your shit. What are you doing next?
I mean, I think if you're messing with her friend, that's even wilder. You know
I mean,
you kind of deserve it if that's the fact.
I'm trying to like paint a scenario to where like you would actually like, because like I can't imagine any other way. Like I don't know how else he would have gotten caught.
Yeah,
because like that's the only way I can think. Like if that was her friend.
Okay, well I'll go with your scenario, right?
So yeah,
and if it's the friend, it's kind of like you deserve that shit. If you're fucking her friend, yo, if you walk in and your girl's fucking your friend, that's even crazier than just if it's just some random person, like a coworker you don't even know.
Okay, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. Let's say it's a random person, but you got caught. I don't know how you'd get caught.
Well, that's what I'm saying. My reaction would be different, right? Like if she caught me with her friend.
No.
Okay, but I'm saying if she did, right?
Okay.
And she's at my house cutting my shit up, I'd be tight, but I'd be kind of like I think your reaction has to like correlate with your level of guilt, I guess. Like if you can like almost like, oh damn, okay.
So let's change it. It's not her friend. It's not her friend. She just caught you somehow randomly just with another bitch.
I would still be tight, but not as tight, or I would be more tight than if she caught me with her friend.
So what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Are you just going home?
I mean, what can you do? If you fucking put hands on her, it's a problem. Or if you can't, you know.
I'm doing what Ice did. I'm calling the police.
I guess that's the only option. And filing a report.
Are you pressing charges?
Yeah.
Are you pressing charges?
Well, it depends on the damage. It depends on the damage.
Here we go. Are you pressing charges on the girl who cut up all your shit?
Do we have kids?
Because she caught you cheating.
Do we have kids?
No.
What's the total damage? That matters.
She cut all your shit. She cut the cord for your refrigerator, the cords for your TV.
The fridge?
The fridge.
I bought the fridge.
It's your place. She just got a key.
Well, if I live in an apartment, they can just replace that shit.
This nigga
I'm trying to paint the picture. I'm trying to paint the picture.
Sure, it's your refrigerator. Damn, nigga, you got.
You know how much a fridge is?
Okay,
it's like $4,000.
Yeah, and then she cut the oven.
Oh yeah, I'm pressing charges. I'm pressing charges for sure. That's wild. The oven. You know how much an oven is?
Yes.
You know how much a fridge is?
Yes. I used to work at Best Buy. I sold them.
J's, whatever shirts you got, like I don't know what kind of name brand shirts, whatever. What else did she cut up? My PlayStation, the cord to the PlayStation, that's $500.
Not the cord for the PlayStation. You can just buy another one of those. But
what do you mean?
The cord for the PlayStation?
Oh yeah, you're right. You can.
The fuck?
You're right.
Non-polarized cable.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's say she throw your PlayStation, your MacBook in the bathtub of water.
I'm pressing charges, bro. That's like $10,000 now.
So she got to go sit down.
But then I guess like, what would the courts can't really rule in her favor in any way, right? Like cheating isn't like an offense. Like
y'all were in a regular relationship. I mean, they can sit there and kind of get her off on like a
passion type of thing.
Crime of passion or whatever.
No.
But here's the thing though. The fact that she drove to your house, used your key, opened up your door, went to your thing. Like there's so many times where she could have stopped, but she didn't. Yeah. And I also feel like it depends on how she reacts when the police get here too. Mm-hmm. Like if she's just on some, I just need to do that. Okay, I'm ready to leave the premises. Like, probably not. If she's up like that, oh, she's running through here. She's fucking shit up. Police running here. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that nigga. That's a piece of shit ass nigga. He wanna fucking cheat on me. I'm gonna fucking show him what the fuck he shouldn't be fucking doing.
See, I don't like. Okay, like if somebody cheated on me, I don't think my reaction would be damage this person's property.
I'm gonna get you where it hurt.
I would just go cheat back.
I'm gonna get you in your broke ass pockets, nigga.
I would go cheat back. Like, all right, bet, cool. Now I'm gonna go smash three females. Right? Instead of, what am I gonna do? Put myself in a situation to where now I'm like damaging somebody's property and everything else?
So I ended up fucking with a girl best friend one time.
That's what I'm saying. That's how you get the get back. You know what I mean? Yeah. She should get pregnant by your friend.
Nah, I gotta kill that nigga.
Oh, so now
if it's my friend,
so then you get her friend pregnant.
Yeah, but regardless of the fact, or that, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, I'm calling the police though. Police are gonna be here because again, you like he was saying, you know, you get here. And then she could concoct some crazy ass story to where it's like, you know, you put your hands on her, you beat her, you know, you done sat there and you threatened her, you put, you know, you could have sexually assaulted her. She out here can throw X, Y, and Z all on your jacket.
Yeah.
And now you just sitting out here looking crazy as hell.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a fact.
I ain't got none. I got general questions with Demas, so we can knock that out, I guess, and then I ain't got nothing else after that.
All
right. General questions with Demas. What are the two things you can never eat for breakfast?
Is this a riddle? Is what?
Yeah, kinda.
What?
I'm asking you the question.
I have no clue.
God, you can't.
A spoon, milk.
You can't eat milk for breakfast with
You
cereal.
drink milk.
Okay. What are two things you can never eat for breakfast?
Breaking fast. I mean, breaking. Go ahead. What is it?
Lunch and dinner. This motherfucker. What is always coming but never arrives?
Oh my God. I think I've heard this one before. What?
You can't.
I have no. Look, riddles is. I have no.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
What gets wetter the more it dries?
Paint.
What? How does paint get more wet the more it dries?
Go ahead.
Touch the wall. Does it feel wet to you?
A little bit. Go ahead.
Okay.
Give me another one.
A towel. What can be broken but never held?
Promises.
There you go. You got 1 out of 4 so far. What word is spelled incorrectly in every single dictionary?
Hold up. What'd you say?
What word is spelled incorrectly in every single dictionary?
Incorrectly.
Yes. There we go. What is it that lives if it is fed and dies if you give it a drink?
What is it again? Say it.
What is it that lives if it is fed and dies if you give it a drink?
Damn, bro. I've heard this before. Just tell me.
A fire.
Okay.
Okay, whatever. You never ask a question but gets answered all the time. What never gets asked a question but answers all the time? Even though I don't think this is true nowadays.
Cell phone.
Yes. Even though you ask questions all the time with Siri, but whatever. What word would you use to describe a man who does not have all his fingers on one hand?
Handicap.
No.
Unable.
No.
What?
Normal.
Normal.
Yes. Because usually people don't have all their fingers on one hand.
How many more of these do you have?
A couple more. Because you fucking suck at this. What goes up but never comes down?
The sky.
No, your age. Dumbass. What can one catch that is not thrown?
Feelings.
No.
That's a good one, though.
That's not.
A cold.
Yes. A girl fell off a 50-foot ladder but didn't get hurt. How come?
You said what?
A girl fell off of a 50-foot ladder but didn't get hurt. How come?
She landed in my arms.
No.
What is it?
She fell off the bottom step. You fucking suck. If you have it, if you have one, you want to share it. But once you share it, you do not have it. What is it?
STD.
Okay. It was a secret. What starts with E and ends in E, but only has one letter in it?
I.
What starts with E and ends with E, but only has one letter in it?
I. What?